Well, coming up on today's show, it is Halloween, and we are certainly checking out some of the best places and best haunts around Central Ohio. Do you believe in paranormal activities? Well, maybe not. After you see today's show, it may change your mind. Stay with us. You don't want to miss 1 minute. Well, your source for all the Halloween activities around Columbus, Megumi Robinson, is joining us from Experience Columbus. Welcome to the show. And Jeff is joining us from the Columbus Zoo. Let's talk about Boo at the Zoo first, before we talk about all the other events. This is a huge event in the Columbus area. What does Boo at the Zoo exactly encompass, Jeff?
Boo at the Zoo is actually a 2-weekend event that we have at the zoo. It is the last 2 weekends of October, and it's family fun here at the zoo, like we feature. We have Spider-Man and all the superheroes here. We have the pirates in our shores area. We have Frogwarts, which is a tribute to all the wizards and witches. All of our regions are specified into different areas. So obviously at the shores region, you have a diving skeleton, and you have some Otterbein actors that came in and they're portraying pirates. Then you come into Asia Quest and you have wizards and witches, and there's Spider-Man and his folks are doing a live action show on every evening. And you have our treat stations and a hay maze. The hours are, Friday nights we're open from 5 to 9, and then on Saturday it is 10 to 9, and then on Sunday it's 10 to 8. And a lot of those hours are all really confusing, so if you just go to columbuszoo.org, it's all spelled out for you.
I'm going to turn to Megumi now, because I know you've got a list of other great events going around Columbus as well. Megumi, what do you got for us?
Absolutely. So extending on the family fun at Boo at the Zoo, you can also go to the Franklin Park Conservatory for their trick-or-treat events. They also have a scary plants exhibit, which is very fun. It's a different, unique take on getting into the Halloween spirit. So that's what we have for family fun. There's also adventure. You can take a Freaky Flights zipline tour at Camp Mary Orton this fall, or you can go to Little Darby Creek for a corn maze. And then, of course, we can't forget about the arts. So there is Vampire's Kiss showing at the Wexner Center for the Arts, and then Freak Show is playing at Shadowbox. We, of course, cannot forget, though, one of the biggest events happening in downtown in the Short North, which is Highball. And so that is taking place from October 24th to 25th. So get your costume on and go down for just one of the fiercest costume parties in the country. You can go to our website, experiencecolumbus.com, or you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter for more information.
Well, the C-Bus is the way we roll to the Highball. May not be a slogan you know right now, but you will in a couple of weeks when you take C-Bus to Highball Halloween here on High Street. Of course, this will all be shut down for a couple of blocks. We talked to Lisa Knapp from CODA about how they're going to reroute C-Bus and how it's the best way for you to get there. Coming down in 3, 2, 1. Well, Lisa, welcome back down about Columbus again.
Thank you so much. It's so good to be here.
We want to mention you're the lady in the know about CODA, and of course this show today is all about Halloween. Yep. And of course we're talking about Highball Halloween and how CODA's going to play a major role in that.
We are playing a major role this year. It's so beautiful out right now. I can hardly believe it's almost Halloween, but Highball Halloween is coming up on October 24th and October 25th, and C-Bus is the official transportation of Highball this year. So we are very excited. C-Bus is how we roll to Highball.
What's going to change as far as routing, those kinds of things?
Absolutely. Well, you know, Highball is such a unique, special event for our community, and we're so glad to be a part of it. You are going to see tons of people down here for Highball. So we think that instead of people driving, they should ride the bus, take C-Bus, either park on the outskirts of town and bring it in, or if you live close to downtown, just take the C-Bus. What's going to be a little bit different is that you can take C-Bus there and back if you're staying out late and going to some of those after parties. We're going to keep C-Bus running until 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Well, Saturday and Sunday mornings, if you will.
So proving one more time that the busway is the best way.
Absolutely, absolutely. You also will see High Street closed down between Nationwide and Gooddale because all the activity is going to be happening right here for Highball this year. So unfortunately, we are going to have to reroute C-Bus a little bit, but that's so that we can keep it running smoothly. It'll be running north on 4th Street and south on 3rd Street.
Well, Lisa, of course, the big question is, where do we have more information to learn about C-Bus and the routes for Highball Halloween?
You can go to coda.com/highball.
Fantastic. Thanks, Lisa, so much for being on the show.
Thank you so
Always great information. Well, Out of the Closet is a business in the short north that is helping to support not only Highball Halloween, but also helping in the fight against AIDS. We talked to Tracy Jones about how they're winning that battle. Out of the Closet is one of the places that is new here in the short north, really doing some innovative things. A nonprofit that is helping people. So tell us a little bit about the organization.
Yes, the Out of the Closet stores are an award-winning store. We have several all over the nation, and they are benefiting the AIDS Healthcare Foundation, which is a nonprofit that works exclusively to help people living with HIV and AIDS and their families. So the stores are thrift stores that we take donations to help support the work that we do, because 96 cents of every dollar that we receive goes into providing medical care for people living with HIV and AIDS all over the country and the globe. We also use the stores as our backdrop to support the things that are important to us, like HIV testing. So while you're here shopping and getting the things that you need, you can also pop in for a very, very short time to get an HIV test to let you know your status, because it's really important for people to know that. And then also, while you're here, if you've got a prescription that you need to pick up, we have a wonderful full-stock pharmacy that you can get your prescriptions filled.
You know, one of the things our viewers are probably wondering, well, how does this tie into Halloween? And you guys are one of the big sponsors behind Highball Halloween, right?
We are this year. This is our second year of support, and we're very excited about this opportunity because it is a part of the short north where we live. It's supporting the community, and it's a bringing together of art and music and fashion in a way that you've never seen except for this one time a year.
Well, Tracy, how do people make donations to help your cause out here?
Absolutely. They can walk in with donations at our location here at 1230 North High Street, or they can arrange for a pickup, and also they can just find us if they need to on the web at www.aidshealth.org.
Well, this year you have to come to the Haunted Backwoods over in London. We had an opportunity to stop by and look at this haunt, one of the best we've seen this year, and we talked to Bill Davis about how this got started just 1 year ago. What a great haunt. You guys have been on this, your second year now?
Yes, sir. Second year.
And what was the motivation to get this thing started and rolling along?
That lady behind me, my sister, she's decorated her house in London for the last 30 years. It's always been the place to go for the young kids in town. And this is her life dream, to open a haunted venue. So here we are. We found our partner, Barb, who had this property. And we just went gangbusters last year. I tore down a couple of old barns and used all the old wood and timbers to make all of these shacks.
And what's some of the scariest stuff you find in here? The characters?
Yeah, well, she has some incredible makeup and masks, but we have several animated monsters that you might find in the woods, like a wolf, spider, snake, things like that. Don't want to give it all away, probably.
Yeah.
But just being in the woods at night is scary enough to most people. But when you come through and a giant dog barks at you, it kind of lights you up in the dark.
So, Bill, how many actors do you have participating in this?
Right now, 30. But we seem to be getting more interest, and friends are bringing more friends. So I'm thinking by the end of the season, 40 would be a good number to be at, I think.
What's the age range of kids that go through here and adults?
Families are bringing kids 10 and up. And enjoying it, not getting totally freaked out. We don't do weird, gory things. It's kind of all natural scares, like wild animals and things like that, and people in the woods popping out at you.
You got a website for the haunt?
Yes, it's been up for a year now. It's hauntedbackwoods.com.
Visit the Out and About Columbus Facebook page now to learn how you can win a free pass to the Haunted Backwoods in London. Home of Ohio's second oldest stagecoach stop and known for having a regular ghostly visitor, the Red Brick Tavern serves their guests some of the finest food in Madison County. We learned more about the tavern and its history from its owner, Chris Cummins.
This is our main dining room. Serve most of our meals in here, that and our presidential room. We have meetings and parties, banquets, or anything in the presidential room. We use the dining room main time. The dishes on the back wall back here was donated by a lady. She used to come in every day for lunch before we took it on, and she donated her dishes. She said, I see my dishes here more here than I do at home. So she donated them to the Red Brick, and they've been part of the history. As far as we know, these presents are hanging on the wall here. There's 6 of them that stayed here one time or another, which you have to think that there's been more than that been here because this is on the National Trail. The tavern is got a lot of history behind it. The back bar is over 135 years old. It came out of a bar in Mechanicsburg, what I've been told. It was in a flood up there, and you can see the water damage to it, but they moved it down here to the tavern. Eric, our chef, has made us a nice little selection night. We're going to do our famous ribs. We do our ribs the first Friday and Saturday of every month. We do prime rib on Friday and Saturday night. We'll have prime ribs. We'll do salmon, and we also have a chicken longhorn. That is a big favorite for a lot of people. But we do the ribs on first Friday and Saturday, and then we do of the month, and then we do pan-fried chicken the second Tuesday of the month. And then we have different buffets scattered out through the season. We do have a ghost. Her name is Ifa. The deal is that she caught her husband a long time ago messing around, and she was supposed to kill herself. So before she killed herself, she made a plaque upstairs that says, "Remember me" on it. It's supposed to have her blood on it. I've been here all hours, day, night, up, down, below, everywhere. And you get that eerie feeling every once in a while that somebody's here beside you. You can contact us at the Red Brick at 740-852-1474, or you can go to the website. It's historicredbricktavern.com.
Well, human sex trafficking is a major problem in the U.S., and Ohio ranks 5th. But we found an organization that's actually doing something about it. It's going to be the Witches Walk. And whoever gets the most likes and shares, well, they can win this hat. We talked to Michelle Rapp about this unique organization and what they're doing. The thing that's kind of interesting is to see what you've done here to get behind a cause here in Ohio that actually Ohio ranks 5th, and that's in human sex trafficking. Tell us a little bit how you got involved in this and what you're trying to do.
Okay, sure. So I'm the founder of the Columbus Explorer Club, where I'm an adventure concierge. And my job is to help people check off bucket list items. And one day somebody asked me, "What's on your bucket list?" And I just happened to be thinking about it, and I said, I would like to find a charity that I can get behind and really try to move them forward. And, Teresa Flores started coming up, and she's a survivor of the sex trafficking trade.
So this girl that you found, this Teresa Flores, she wrote a book. What is she trying to do to help young ladies out now?
People come in town, and unfortunately, they're looking for somebody to spend some time with them, and a lot of times it's underage people. So what Teresa does is she goes and she places bars of soap inside the bathrooms of these motels so that when these girls go into the bathroom to get clean, there'll be a bar of soap with the National Trafficking Hotline. Teresa will be waiting with her organization for girls who want to get out and then take the necessary steps to heal and to become a survivor.
So you're doing a witches walk to raise money for this organization. So give us a little background and what you're going to do here at La Fogata.
So here's an opportunity for you to come out, have some fun, support an organization that really, really needs help, and meet some shop owners and see what's here, have a great time.
Sounds like a lot going on. Sounds like a wonderful thing to come up and enjoy here at La Fogata.
Thank you.
Tell us how we get more information.
You can find out more information when you visit my website, which is columbusexplorerclub.com.
If you've missed any of today's show, you can watch it online anytime. ONAColumbus.com. For the latest information about the show and exclusive behind-the-scenes content, follow us on Twitter. That's at ONACBus or twitter.com/ONACBus. Well, we stopped by Marcus Crosswood Cinema and, of course, found this beautiful ultra-screen DLX. A lot of big changes afoot here at Marcus. We found great food, a new bar called the Take 5, and we found some comfortable seating. We learned all about it from Marco, the general manager. Tell us about what all has changed here at Marcus.
Sure, tons of changes. You know, I would say we're no longer just a movie-going option. We're just an all-in-one entertainment option for our guests. That starts with our beautiful Take 5 Lounge. Just a great place to relax, before, after your movie, have a cocktail or an appetizer, or take it with you to the show. We're more than happy to let you do that. And then we've also got our Zaffiro's Express pizza station, where we offer everything from sandwiches, appetizers, desserts. But what we're most excited about is our Zaffiro's Pizza. Just a nice, thin crust. The recipe originated from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Just super excited about that. Enjoy it at the Take 5 Lounge, at the lobby. Take it with you to the show. We'll get you a pager, let you know when it's ready. Come pick it up, take it right with you to your movie, and just relax and enjoy your food and watch a great movie.
Well, one of the things I really remember about Marcus is the huge screen that you have. You call that your DLX screen, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's our Ultra Screen DLX. It's our kind of premium theater option here at the Crosswood Cinema. It's a 70-foot, just massive screen. And then we also include our Dolby Atmos sound system. And Dolby Atmos is just kind of a immersive audio experience. You have speakers all above you and around you. You have sound effects just coming from all over the place. Just really makes you feel like you're a part of the movie that you're watching. And you couple those with our Dream Lounger recliners, which are our leather luxury recliners, where you just kind of kick back, sit in your seat, hit a button, hit full recline, relax and watch your movie. We've got 7 feet of legroom for everybody. And then what's great is we offer this in all of our auditoriums too, the Dream Lounger recliner. So there's really not a bad seat in our house anymore.
Let's talk about some of the events you have coming up here at Marcus.
Sure. Yeah, we've got our Flick or Treat series running for the whole month of October. Real family-friendly kind of spooky movies, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 10 a.m. Our website, www.marcustheaters.com. You just find the Crosswoods page from there. And then we've got a great Facebook page where we promote a bunch of specials and neat things that we do, contests, things like that.
Located just 45 minutes from downtown Columbus, the Haunted Farm is serving up farm fresh beer during this Halloween season. Nick Hicks told us more about the haunt and what you can expect when you visit this season.
Well, it started 16 years ago. My mom just had this love for Halloween that she had to do something. She had seen the attractions and wanted to do it for a while. So we moved out here, out from the city to out here, and she started it. She just made her dream come true and started it, and it turned out to be what we are now 16 years later down the road. It's all farm themed. It's all farm related. We don't like to drift away from what our scene is here. We have an original story that goes with our farm, and you might see anything from pigs to chainsaws to your 15-foot corn or scarecrows, anything, man. I mean, it's all out here. We've got it all. Well, they come through our ticket line, they purchase their ticket, they go out front, and we've got normally we've got entertainment for the night as a band. We've got Cross Salter coming in the 18th, and we've got Blue River coming in a couple of nights, and they can get they can get all their concessions and stuff over at the Crow's Nest, or they can go right to the barn. They go through the barn maze first, and that's just got a weird feeling to its own, man. I mean, it's just an odd, creepy vibe when you come in. Then you go through the ghost town, from the ghost town to the corn maze, and then the corn maze, corn maze is about 4 acres this year, at about 15 foot tall. It's overall, the whole haunt takes about roughly 45 minutes to an hour to get through, if you don't get lost in the corn. Then it might end up like 2 or 3 hours, but somewhere around there. Most of the people that work for us I went to school with or grew up with, and it's really kind of made things a lot like a tight-knitter family that we kind of got going on. Yeah, it's www.haunted-farm.com, and a phone number would be 740-777-8348 or 614-420-6125.
Some of my favorite things about fall: beautiful leaves, a chill in the air, and some delicious autumn treats. Ryan told me more about the delicious treats you'll find at Winans Fine Chocolates and Coffees. So Ryan, tell me about Winans. I mean, how did it get started?
Well, Winans is it's a family-owned business that goes back now to 4th generation. It started in Piqua, Ohio. It's our company's been making chocolates for over 50 years now, I think 53 years. Our owner introduced coffee over 20 years ago. The current owner, Joe, his passion for coffee just came out, and he wanted that to be a part of Winans.
So it's not just about coffee, you also do delicious chocolates.
We have a wide variety of single offered chocolates that are all handmade in our factory in Piqua, Ohio. Some of them, the favorites are Buckeyes, which are hand rolled and hand dipped every day. Our salted caramels, and then we have a couple of toffees that one's actually made after Miss Clara, who came up with the recipe and still works in our factory today.
You have lots of fall treats, some that are just around for the fall time. Let's talk about some of those.
A couple of our fall treats, of course, are Halloween themed candies we have in store now, for all the little trick-or-treaters. Coffee-wise, we have a couple different offerings. A pumpkin spice flavored coffee that is seasonal. We have some lattes with different flavorings, fall-based, which we can offer a pumpkin pie latte, pumpkin pie a la mode. We have a cider that we're offering. and then our caramel apples, which will be in next week.
So how can we find out more?
Well, you can find us on Facebook and on Twitter. And the number here to shop is 614-766-7061.
Visit the Out and About Columbus Facebook page now to learn how you can win a free pass to the Haunted Backwoods in London.
Born from a story that all ages can enjoy, Endworld's Fire and Ice will leave you on the edge of your seats. Tim and Tom told me more about the story and the inspiration behind it. Tell me how this all got started, Endworld Fire and Ice.
Well, we wanted to put together a performance that was entertaining, and anytime you can watch a performance that's entertaining and inspiring, it's magic. So, we came together and started working on this show, and the first time we did it, there were so many people that just absolutely loved it, and they wanted more. And so that's where Tom and I were working on the show, and Tom really started kind of diving in and writing the books and kind of the in-depth story of this very entertaining performance.
Well, let's talk to Tom about this. I mean, what inspired you to do this?
We obviously grew up in the church, and there's a lot of things that I wasn't necessarily proud of that the church had done, as far as a lot of them were very preachy, like there wasn't a lot of entertainment, and a lot of times you'd kind of be almost embarrassed to invite your friends to it sometimes when you're younger. So I was like, well, how can we make something that would be on the level with the Halo generation, the Harry Potter, the World of Warcraft, something that can entertain all of those people, my friends, people that I, grew up with. And I was like, what could we do, all of us could do together that still has a good message that inspires people? So when you go to the movie theater and you leave, a lot of times the movie theater impacts kids. That's where they are. You know what I mean? You leave excited, you leave entertained, whether it was a sad movie or a happy movie. I mean, stories impact people. So I was like, well, I'm going to write a story that can impact my culture for good and teach kids that they can do something about the situation around them.
So tell us, how can we find out more? Where do we get tickets?
Well, you can go to endworldfireandIce.com, and the tickets are actually free to come to this show October 29th, Wednesday night. So that's a Wednesday night, October 29th at 7 o'clock. So show up, enjoy it. It's a great show.
Well, from this size pumpkin to this size pumpkin, you know where you can get the best around. That's Utzi's Farm Market. We're finding out what's down on the farm this week with Greg Utzi. Let's talk a little bit about what's out at Utzi's Market this week.
Well, Mike, of course we got pumpkins. Everybody does. We've got them from pie pumpkins for $1.50 up to the real big ones for $10. That's our highest price pumpkin. Most of them are $4 or $6. And then we've got squash, butternut, spaghetti, acorn, $1 a piece. We talked about that last time. Nobody beats that price. Just a great treat in the fall.
Where are we at exactly in terms of things that are coming out, what's being harvested that?
Yeah, we're right at the end of our vegetable season. Right now we're cutting cauliflower, broccoli, and cabbage. It's a great crop. The stuff looks good. $2 a head, coming fresh out of the field every single day.
Where do we see things happening over this winter? I mean, I'm hearing forecasts now we're supposed to have a milder than normal winter.
Well, milder than last year will be a big plus. You know how bad that was. From what I'm hearing, the crops out of the south, the oranges and grapefruit, look to be pretty good right now. Prices should be stable. Doesn't seem to be any shortages. We'll continue to have apples, Ohio apples. They'll go into storage as they're picked. Some stuff out of New York. Right now, fall looks great. We're in the middle of our grain harvest. It's a big time of year for us, an exciting time of year, because you get to see, what you're getting out of the work you put in all summer.
It's hard to believe that you think the next time I come out here, we're going to be talking about Thanksgiving turkeys. Any predictions on that?
Well, right now the prices look to be the same as last year, at least the ones we sell, and we're starting to take orders for those. We have 3 different size ranges. Comes from Cook's Turkey Farm over in St. Mary's, the same ones that give us our deli turkey. Just a great bird for Thanksgiving.
Where do we find you at, and how do we get more information?
We are just south of Plain City on Commerce Huff Road. You can see us on the web, utsfarmmarket.com.
Well, we've traveled an hour north of Columbus up to Gallion to the Brunella Cottage, and we are in search of ghosts, and I think we found one. Barry and Kathy Moneysmith told us more about what you can experience at Brunella Cottage. You're a paranormal investigator, and that's how you got involved with the Brunella Cottage. Give us a little bit of background.
Well, we took our first tour up here about 3 years ago and became very hooked with the paranormal. I was intrigued just by watching the shows on TV and really didn't believe them until I got to see it in person. We got involved with the society, and now we're to the point that we're leading the paranormal tours through here. And my wife and I, we also do private homes and other businesses.
Give me a little bit of background about this actual cottage.
This cottage was a wedding gift to Bishop William Brown and his wife Ella. It's called Brown Ella Cottage, which is a play on their name, on her name, Ella Brown, Brown Ella. It was built in 1885 to 1887 at a cost of about $6,500. We figure around 2,500 square feet, plus there's a covered walkway and a study in the back. We do have history tours. This past year they started in June and they went through Labor Day. I'm not sure what the schedule will be for next year. You can always contact the society. But if you have a group that wants to take just a daytime tour, history tour, you just contact the society and it can be worked out.
Mary, back to you. Tell us what goes on when you're doing a paranormal tour here.
Everything. This is a very, very active home. We hear voices, knocking. You'll get the pressure, the feeling, and I have seen a full body apparition in the hallway.
What did that look like?
Pretty much a head and shoulders in a body. I could not see any facial features or clothing, but you could definitely tell it was a person standing there.
Is there a website?
It's GallionHistory.com.
Fantastic.
Visit the Out and About Columbus Facebook page now to learn how you can win a free pass to the Haunted Backwoods in London. Circle S Farms, located just outside of Grove City, celebrates the harvest season with their annual Fall Fun Days Harvest Festival. Ethel Sullivan told us more about the celebration and how you can enjoy the fun this October.
When you come out here, we take you on a hayride out to the pumpkin patch. The pumpkins are the way they grow in the field, and you get to pick a pumpkin as long as you can carry it. We have the sunflower maze, we have the corn maze, we have a cave for the kids, we have animals to pet, of course the fun barn. Monday through Friday the kids do get a homemade donut in a bakery and a cup of juice. So we have all kind of fun here. Bring your kids, bring your family, bring your groups. Our specialty here in October is the pumpkin donuts, and everybody says they're phenomenal. We do make them every day in the bakery. The kids get a vanilla donut with icing on them. We have all kind of cookies. We have all kind of pumpkin goodies like pumpkin muffins, pumpkin bread, pumpkin cookies, everything that you can imagine that we can make with pumpkin. The Pumpkin Cafe is where we do our food service. On weekends, we have all kind of country cooking. We have like bean soup and cornbread. We have chili, all kinds of sandwiches, pizza that they can come and enjoy at the Pumpkin Cafe. The bakery is called the Pick and Patch Bakery, and it's whatever we're picking, we're baking. When you come to the farm, you look back at the memories in your life as you were a kid. So we like to call it make a memory, make a tradition. And a lot of the people coming to now bringing their children have come here as children themselves. Bring your family, show them what agriculture is all about. We have been family owned and operated. My husband and I started the Circle S. I now run the Circle S, and it's a great place to bring your family. It's family owned, family operated. We're big enough to serve you, small enough to know you. You can go to our website, circlesfarm.com. Get in touch with us. Now's the time to make your reservations, to bring your school group, bring your family group, whatever kind of group you want to bring. Nursing home, we have a wheelchair ramp. You know, if you are wheelchair accessible, we have a ramp. We can push your wheelchair right up and put you on a wagon. So we like to accommodate everybody that comes to the farm. We like to say, come as strangers, leave as friends.